Hello and welcome. I'm excited to have you as a client. My name is Tom with Tom's Texas Realty, and I just want to say how excited I am to have you with us. Now, our goal through this process is to make sure that you have a great experience, whether this is buying your first home, whether you're upgrading homes, or whether you're buying an investment property. We want to make sure that you have a great experience so you tell your friends about us and come back to us for all of your real estate needs. So, in this video, what I'm gonna go over is the offer process. So throughout the whole buying process, there are different stages, and we're gonna send you an email and a video update on each one. Oh, losing my screens there. On each one, that way you know what to expect and you're comfortable with the entire process. So at the beginning, your agent, whether it was me or somebody else, should have gone through a buyer presentation. So this is gonna be a little bit of a review for you, but it is good stuff you wanna make sure you really understand. So what we're gonna talk about is the offer that you're gonna make once you get there, once you find that house that meets your criteria. So we're gonna talk about a few key points that are important in the contract. The first two are the checks that you're gonna write. The first check is your earnest money. So this is typically 1% of the purchase price. So if you're buying a $200,000 house, typically this is $2,000. Okay, now this is you saying, hey, I'm a serious buyer. I know I'm gonna tie up your house for the next month while I go through the lending process and everything else. And I'm putting this money up with the title company in an escrow account to show that I'm serious. Now the second check that you write is typically anywhere from $100 to $250, and it gives you the option to inspect the house. And during this time frame, you can negotiate and ask for certain repairs or cash concessions for whatever the repairs may be. And so here's the thing that you have to understand. So you've got your big check for the earnest money and your little check for the option money, right? The option money is gone once you pay it. That is something that's the seller's cash. Now, if you back out of the contract during that option period, which is typically 7 days, you get your earnest money back. Now, if you go through option, everything's agreed upon, and then let's say it's a week before closing and you're like, you know what, I saw this cooler house over here, I'm gonna go buy that one. Well, you're gonna lose your earnest money for tying up the seller's house. So that's how that works. Now, a few other things in the contract that you should be aware of is the home warranty. This can be paid for by the seller or by the buyer. So that's another negotiable point. Surveys are negotiable. If the seller already has one, sometimes you can use that, and it's a moot point. It doesn't cost anybody anything. And the last one is seller concessions. So in the market that we've been in a seller's market, you don't see this as often as you did back in a balanced market or when it was a buyer's market. But what this is saying, hey, you know what? I need the seller to pay X amount of my closing costs, so I keep that money in my pocket. A lot of times this is done if you don't have enough money set aside to pay all the closing costs. It's a way to get you into a home. Or if there's repairs that need to be done, you can also use this as a negotiating tool. Say, hey, I know I'm gonna have $1,500 worth of repairs when I get into this place. So instead of me bringing that $1,500 to closing, you're gonna pay $1,500 of my closing costs. I'm gonna keep that in my bank account, and I'll do the repairs once I get into the house. So that's the overview of the offers process. Of course, if you've got any questions, let us know. Once again, welcome aboard, and we're looking forward to working with you.